blogs, or I should say websites or really online businesses, can make money in a ton of different ways. But I want to walk through 8 specific examples of website monetization strategies so you can see what they look like in practice. The first of those is affiliate marketing, which is really just a fancy way of saying you're going to help sell somebody else's product or service online. It's probably one of the fastest ways to get started making money with your website. And so I want to give through a couple examples. You can see here's an example from Side Hustle Nation. This was a post of the best Udemy courses for entrepreneurs, freelancers, and side hustlers. It contains 134 different affiliate links to these different courses, and it's actually performed really well for me over the last couple years. So I think that is one example of affiliate marketing on this site. You can actually see another example at the top of this page, actually a combo of 2 different monetization strategies. I'm selling my own book, so this links over to Amazon, and that of course links with an affiliate link, and then I'm selling my own product there as well. The second example of monetization that I want to look at is selling your own products and services. So for that, I want to show you, so this is my friend Gina's site, horkeyhandbook.com. She's got a prominent hire me link right at the very top. This could be for coaching, consulting, freelancing. It could be for speaking. So this is chrisducker.com. He's got a speaking tab. He does a lot of speaking engagements. So here's a speaking tab at the very top of his site. So that would be another way to monetize your site, after you build a little bit of traffic and traction to get people to hire you. The third example is selling your own products and services. So we looked at that a little bit with the example of the link to my book, which disappeared. Another example is, physical products, t-shirts, books, or, other merchandise that you might have. Here's an example from eofire.com. John is selling his mastery journal right now on Kickstarter. You could also do digital products. So this is my friend Erin's site, $5dinners.com. And so she is selling her grocery budget makeover, which is a digital product that she has on how to save money on your groceries. The fourth example was actually advertising. So that ad just disappeared. That was at the very top of her page. But if we look at a couple other sites, we can see examples of kind of display advertising on the different pages. So this is my friend Robert's site, The College Investor. You can see he's got a big Equifax ad down here at the bottom. And if you hit the blog page, you'll see different ads that will pop up on the sidebar. So he's got another ad unit going on over here, and another one here as well. The fifth monetization channel is sponsored content. So I'm going to give you a couple examples of that, or how I'm accepting sponsors on the site. This is actually a sponsored post that I wrote, but it was on behalf of Fiverr, and I forget how much they paid. It was $300 or $500 for this. So these brands have money and they want to get in front of your readers, and so sponsored posts is one way to do that. Haven't done a ton of that lately. What I've shifted to is taking sponsors on the podcast instead. So you can see, if you listen to the show, you can hear how I plug those advertisers at the beginning and end of the show. And then they also get a little bit of exposure here on the show notes page as well. This episode was sponsored by FreshBooks. The sixth example of monetization that I want to talk about is membership. So kind of a paid membership community. An example that comes to mind is one of my favorite podcasts, the Tropical MBA Show. They've got a prominent link to join our community. If you click on that, it tells you all about their Dynamite Circle community and how you can apply for that. The monetization angle number 7, or how to make money number 7, is actually live events. And actually you could do online events too, but I want to show you one example of a in-person event. So again, back to Chris Ducker's site. He's advertising his Tropical Think Tank tickets, a kind of a premium mastermind event in the Philippines, and selling tickets through the sidebar of his site on that. And kind of the 8th way that these types of websites are making money is through donations, through contributions from the readers or through the listeners. So this is my friend Josh's site, radicalpersonalfinance.com, hosts a podcast about how to be financially free, all covering all angles of personal finance. And down at the very bottom of his site, and my face might be covering this, he's got a link to support the show on Patreon. And as you click over to Patreon, you can see the different contribution levels that he has, and says he's making $1,700 a month through this. Through 261 people are paying him to do the show. And he's got a handful of different access levels to get in that. So those are kind of 8 ways that I've identified on how these, your website, how your blog can make money. But really, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves because, I think it's a good idea to familiarize yourself with these different monetization strategies, but you don't need to figure out your entire business model, right away. I certainly didn't, and that's something that I continue to figure out as I go. And I think opportunities will present themselves as you go. So the first thing you got to do is really figure out what your site is going to be all about, and that's the topic of the next video. I'll see you then.